We stared at one another and then stared around at the strange place we found ourselves in. Our glazed mind could barely explain what we were seeing. We were three kids still in the same clothes we'd been wearing at the library, only now we were standing. Where? It seemed to me that one of the Chinese paintings I'd seen in my uncle's house had come to life. The high hills like big arms, bare and rocky, looked down on a small clearing of small drawn trees. Smoke curled lazily around from a cluster of old houses in a walled village, and so rubbed his eyes. Remind me never to go to the library again, he mumbled. Wei Han elbowed him in the ribs. Stop complaining, someone's coming. I turned to see what might have been a scene from a kung fu movie or a TV serial. Two ancient peasants were shuffling towards us. As I watched them approach, I remembered what Mondino had asked me in the library about going back to ancient China and being just a peasant. I had only to look at the first man to know my answer. His chin was wrinkled, his back bent, and his eyes full of suspicion. His life must have been one long struggle to survive. No thanks. The man behind him carried two baskets on a pole slung across his bony shoulder. He looked more dead than alive. Who are you? Growled the first peasant, his face twinkling into an unfriendly maze of wrinkles. You want what place? His Mandarin wasn't the same as the one we learned in school. It sounded very old-fashioned and I battled to understand him. I cleared my throat. We are friends, I began, and thought how stupid that must have sounded. So I decided to tell him the truth. We come from the young monk to find Mu Guiying, I said. Do not trust them. First cousin Wu want two bastards. Look at their clothes, they are Liao people. And he spat in the dirt. But the wrinkled old man thought Wu shook his head. Your mind has failed you, said cousin Ma. The Liao dress like us. Then where are they from? Two bastards Ma persisted with sneer. We are from beyond the Middle Kingdom, Wei Han told him, and he reeled back in horror. The girl dares to speak for herself, he did. I am a modern girl, uncle, Wei Han said sharply. I speak when I want to. Wu laughed. She has drinking spirits, second cousin. He chatted two bastards, and if the young monk sang them, best we obey. You should take them to drinking at once. Two bastards shot us a surly frown. But first cousin, Green is in the forest. It is a long walk and my poor belly has no food. Wrinkly Wu lifted his eyebrows. Not only your poor belly, second cousin. We have not made our guests welcome either. He bowed to us. Please accept my hospitality and eat with us. I'm so green. Yo, I'm starving. So was I. Traveling 1,000 years back in time and made me very hungry. But when we stepped into Wrinkly Wu's rundown house that we shared with all his farm animals, I began to have a second thought. We have told to sit at the rough wooden table with two bastards Ma, while Wrinkly Wu served the food, and so stared into the bowl that Wrinkly placed in front of him. Something brown and lumpy was floating in a sea of watery sludge. "What is this stuff?" he moaned. "Do not ask," replied Winkly Woo. "The harvest was poor this year and we must eat whatever we can." We ate in silence. Well, we didn't really eat, and so and I swallowed the lumpy dough without chewing it. That way we figured we could fill our stomachs without having to taste it. But suddenly we both burped out loud. The smell that filled our mouths and noses made our eyes water. It was as though we had eaten something that had died in an old drain. "Ah, that made the sound of satisfaction," said Green Two Bastards. Have more, have more." And he ladled more of the dung into our bowls. "We can't possibly eat all your food," I protested, burping again as my stomach revolted. It felt like two mice were chasing each other around inside it. You will honor us if you do," Winkley pleaded, while he and Two Bastards fussed over Ansel and me. I saw Wei Han lean across the window and empty her bowl outside. "How sneaky." "The dough's bowl is empty too," I told Winkley. "Why should us boys be the only ones to suffer?" But when Winkley went to the top of her bowl, Wei Han was ready with a smart answer. "Uncle, I am merely a worthless dough," she told him. "The boys need more food for strength than I do." Two Bastards beamed at her with sincere admiration. "Spoken like true daughter of China. It is an honor for me to take you to Mudriying." I was beginning to see there was more side to Fu Wei Han. I mean, she wasn't just a pretty doll. She had brain and knew how to use it. Suddenly Ansel was on his feet, pressing a hand to his stomach. "Where is the restroom?" he begged. Winkley and Two Bastards stared at each other blankly. Then they shrugged and pointed in 6 different directions at once, and so decided to sit down again. Soon it was time to go. Two Bastards Ma led the way along a winding path, and the village was lost behind us. We were deep in the forest, and all thoughts of stomach aches were forgotten. Instead of growing sense of danger surrounded us. With every step I wondered how we were going to help save China from the heavenly date of 72 moves, and how we were going to return to our world.